So my name is Ben, this is my son Brecken. That's my daughter Mila, and my wife Sarah. In less than 30 days, my wife, my kids, will be on the road traveling full time. Now, we didn't just wake up yesterday and decide to do this. Let's go back to the beginning. In 2008, the economy kind of took a dive. Everybody was losing their jobs. Corporate America was falling apart. I was doing one-on-one training, and so I lost a lot of clients. My wife had just finished college and was having a hard time even finding a place to work. It was just a rough time. We started selling everything that we owned. We didn't have a whole lot. We just got married. The plan was we were gonna backpack the world for 2 to 4 years. We didn't know how long it would last, but we were gonna start in New Zealand, and then from there we were gonna backpack and make our way to Australia, cross the ocean, and go to Japan, and just move across the world, couch surfing, doing odd jobs here and there. We didn't have a whole lot of experience with anything, and we really didn't have a big plan, but we both had a strong desire to travel, and we had a strong desire for adventure. So when we got about 3 weeks out from hopping on a plane and making our way to New Zealand, luckily we hadn't bought a plane ticket yet. We decided very last minute that we were going to open a business. I had opened an email about a possible opportunity that pretty much fit what I was doing in the fitness industry at the time, and so we decided to jump on that, and from that, life unfolded. We went on and opened 3 other businesses, all brick and mortar businesses. Then a few years ago we had our kids, which are now 3 and 1.5. A couple of years ago we realized, after a disagreement we had, we realized things were going great and we couldn't really complain on a surface level, but deep down the desire for the adventure, the desire to travel and just experience life, it was still burning at a very passionate level, but it was getting suppressed. It felt like every single day, every week, every month, and it felt like it was just out of reach and wasn't gonna happen. We decided on that day that we were going to make our dream of traveling become a reality. We didn't know what that would look like. We didn't know if that would be traveling in the United States or if that would be traveling the world. We just knew that we had to make that dream become a reality before we just let life pass us by. Now that leads us up to where we are right now. Sunday, June 3rd, 2018 at 2:18 p.m. outside in the backyard with my kids on a beautiful summer day. We've spent the last 2 years focusing all our attention, energy, blood, sweat, and tears on turning our travel desires into reality. So to put that in a small nutshell, we've sold 2 vehicles. We kept from buying a house. We've sold a business. We've minimized our life in a lot of areas, from hobbies to going out to eat to even, just excessively buying our kids toys, to excessively shopping, buying ourselves clothes. I've spent about 2 years learning how to shoot photography. I want to document the journey through video and through pictures so I can look back on it and remember exactly what we did, because every day is going to be different. Some days will be great, some days are going to be awful. Some days I know we're going to look and regret everything and think, man, let's just go home and buy a house and settle back down. And other days it's going to be like, why didn't we do this sooner? Our kids are going to grow up while we travel. And this may be something we do for 6 months. It may be something we do for a year. It may be 3 years, 4 years, and it could be forever. If you're wondering how we afforded to pay for this, the 2 years that we spent focusing on making this goal happen, we spent a large portion of that time learning how to create an online business and online income. So we have 3 separate income sources. 2 of those are online, 1 is not. And so if something happens to one of those income sources, it won't put us in a dangerous situation financially. We're also going to be working on ways to scale those businesses up while we're traveling and creating other sources of income along the way. So we will be traveling entrepreneurs. We're not just retiring. So now that we've got all that out of the way, here's a rough idea of what this is going to look like. We plan on traveling for the next 2 to 4 years, covering the United States, Canada, and then Mexico, parts of Mexico. I think there's no better way than to travel at least the North American region using a home on wheels. So about 2 weeks ago, we bought a 37-foot travel trailer. Okay, so what are we doing?
I'm just looking at the floor plans of these 2.
Floor plans what to?
Oh, are you recording?
Possibly.
We are going to look at our travel trailers that we want to purchase.
And why are we purchasing them?
So we can start traveling the country with our family.
Probably been looking at floor plans for a year now, so we know exactly what we don't want, and we know exactly what we do want, but the problem is affordability and what you want don't go together when it comes to fifth wheels, travel trailers, RVs, anything like that. Going back to the RV dealership that has the one that we really want for the 3rd time. The salesman's name is Pepper. As of right now, Pepper is not that negotiable. The plan is I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna let Sarah do the talking and let her do the negotiating. This is the unit that we're looking at. All right, Bear, duck. You're okay. All right, go in there.
I think this is your house.
This is our house? I like the way you talk. So this is called rear living with a bunk house or a center bunk house. Is that what it's called? Center bunk house?
Mid-bunk.
Mid-bunk. You've got your table here which folds to a bed. No. This couch folds to a bed. You got your TV, full-size fridge. You also get the island. You've got an oven, a grill. So whenever you're chilling out in the living room, which is where you hang out most of the time, you've got views of the mountains and the oceans and everything else. And I imagine myself working right here looking out the window at beautiful ocean while the kids play through the living room. You end up in the bedroom. So little man's already taken over here. What do you think, B-man? Do you like that bed, Bear?
Yeah.
Do you want that one to be yours? Okay, and then back towards what would be our room. But you've got enough space, and I know it doesn't look like much, but you've got enough space to actually walk around the bed, which is not common either. There's storage under the bed, this fancy door right here. We actually have our own privacy door in the bedroom from the kids. What do you think about that, Bear? It also has 2 ACs, it's got a fireplace, it's got a big TV.
Blackout curtains.
Blackout curtains, check this out. And tinted windows. All right, check this bathroom out. Look at that bathroom, Bear. We're gonna We're gonna turn the camera off and we're gonna go inside and talk to our sales rep and see if we can't make a deal or at least start out negotiating. We did get it negotiated now, so we're about to put a deposit down to hold our price. Which took a lot of hustle from Sarah. In a few days, we'll be buying the truck to pull the travel trailer. We're waiting to sell our last vehicle, and we're going to use the funds from that to pay for the truck. We are debt-free, and we plan to stay debt-free through this adventure. If something happens financially, then we will stop our travels. After we travel those 2 to 4 years, we do have plans after that for more travel outside the United States, more on a larger scale. And if you want to follow our journey, then I encourage you to follow our journey along with us as we travel for the next, who knows, 6 months to a lifetime. It hasn't been decided yet.